Live from Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. His consistency at the plate has been remarkable.
Yeah, Boog, one of the toughest outs in the league right now. Sit back and...
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, Matthew Liberatore. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
All right, ready to get underway. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. And we are underway. There's a strike. Liberatore measures 6 feet 4 inches, 215 pounds, a former first-round pick back in 2018. And a curve misses outside, ball 1.
Come on, Cardinals. Ball 2.
On the ground, right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Still able to get it there in time. So they get the first out of the inning. Singy, it was close. Looks like they want a second to review it and possibly challenge the call if they think he beat the throw.
Yeah, they might challenge it just to kind of roll the dice, you know, Boog, and perhaps maybe they see something different as they get a look at some different angles.
Well, they are going to challenge the call, and so now the decision will be made by the umpires at the replay center back in New York. Here's one more look, Singy. You think they're going to overturn it? I kind of do.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance as well. I mean, the more I look at these different angles, the more I'm becoming convinced that he actually beat the throw. So it's turning out to be a pretty good challenge.
The decision's been made, and he's safe. So they overturn the call, and they get it right by taking a chance with a challenge.
The batter ruled safe.
Here's Kyle Tucker, 4th on the batting average leaderboard in the National League.
Come on, Matthew.
And now the 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Ball.
Ohtani gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And a swing and a miss. One away.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 99, Aaron.
Take a look at the lineup. Batting second, a really important guy for them, Kyle Tucker. Here's Judge now, 4th on the National League RBI leaderboard.
Here we go, Matthew. No, that's a ball.
Judge launched a homer in his most recent game. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And there's 2 away.
Batting fourth, the catcher.
Cal Raleigh, the next Pirate to hit, comes into this one with more homers than anyone in the National League. Ohtani back in. And first offering is fouled off. Nice grab. Throw to second. On the money. Nice play. Now the Cardinals will see what they can do. There's no score. You're watching Pirates baseball on the show Pittsburgh. We go to the bottom of the first. And on the mound for the Pirates, Roki Sasaki. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
0-1 now. And a foul ball.
That's a ball.
That one way inside. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 2-2 on the way. This one in the air, center field. And there's one down. Here's the Cardinals lineup now.
Second,
one guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Alec Burleson.
And he's leading them in runs batted in this season, which tells me this guy is able to slow things down when it seems like there's a little bit of pressure, and he's looking at it as an opportunity to do damage. You know, a lot of guys, they see runners on base and they get big. They feel like all this pressure, I've got to get these runs in, but somehow he seems to settle into these situations. So watch out when he comes to the plate.
Next offering is fouled back. And a 1-1. That one in triple digits. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
No, that slider was way out of the zone, and for me, it just comes down to not seeing the pitch out of the hand, not tracking it into the zone, and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss, as you did right there.
St. Louis goes down in order. We played an inning, no score. Back here in St. Louis, we move ahead to the top of the second now. So the Pittsburgh Pirates are hovering around 500, about a third of the way into this season. And Singy, for a team that was a popular preseason pick, is that a disappointment?
I'd say so, Boog. They were supposed to be among the best in the league. Instead, they're in the middle of the pack so far. That's not to say they can't turn it on and start cruising up the standings, but they need to start showing something soon.
The 0-2. And foul ball. Here's the 0-2. In the air out to center. Great effort as he's able to haul it in. One down.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field. Someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
Kazuma Okamoto in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a man aboard now with one away.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Now it's the rookie first baseman, Munetaka Murakami. And that one almost hit him. In the air left field, Yoshida on his way over. 2 down.
Batting it, the second baseman, Ketel Marte.
Here's Ketel Marte.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Second inning here, no score. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Let's go, Matthew.
The 1-2.
Ball.
Back to the mound. It hit him. The throw is still in time, and they get it out of the play. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here in St. Louis, now up the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Pete Alonso.
Alonso.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Nobody in his team has scored more runs than he has this season, Singy.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Joe McDonald doing the home plate duties here.
Well, Joe's an interesting one. I'm always trying to figure out what exactly his zone is. Feels like it kind of moves around from game to game, sometimes inning to inning.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't think he's ever way off with his balls and strikes, but yeah, I don't think it's easy to define what his zone is, like you said. That one misses. Ball 3.
Let's go, Pete.
Swing and a ball popped up. 1 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Number 34, Masataka.
Next to hit, Masataka Yoshida. The 0-2.
Ball.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Judge under it, and there's 2 down.
Batting 6th, the third baseman, number 16, Nolan.
Here's Nolan Gorman.
Gorman.
Let's go, Cardinals.
Two down, nobody on. Oh, wow. Nice play. To his knee, the throw, and very nicely done for the out.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle, diving stop, completes the play, and that ends the inning.
Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers.
Merrill.
Fouled off. He was late. Pitch misses, and the count even 1-1. Swings through that one out in front that time.
the only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Got him swinging. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So the Pirates batting order turns over. Here's Shohei Ohtani.
He's picked up right where he left off, Boog. Red hot at the plate and just continuing that trend again today.
Close, but called a ball. Ball one. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Swinging a foul out of play.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Top of the third, no score. That misses, and it's 2-2.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
Just misses with that one. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Pretty close, but it was a ball. Still one challenge left for them. Now the number 2 hitter, Kyle Tucker. He's one of the best players in the game.
Come on, Matthew.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Here comes the 0-1. To the right side. Here's Wynn for 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. So they make short work of him there. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. We're tied 0-0. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. And that drops in for a strike.
Ball one.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. He's got it. One up, one down.
Batting 8, the center fielder, number 27.
Nathan Church next up for the Cardinals. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. That one is lifted in the air. Judge settles underneath it. And that quickly 2 away.
Batting 9, the catcher, Ivan.
And now it's Ivan Herrera. He's coming off a 3-hit game in Sunday's series finale. That misses, and it's 1-0. Outside with a breaking ball.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. Two down, nobody on. Close one, doesn't get the call. And now 3-1. J.J. Weatherholt up next for the Cardinals. Way out front for strike two.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
3 up, 3 down, inning over. 9 straight retired here to start the game. This is Pirates baseball on the show, Pittsburgh. On to extra innings. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. Up now, top 5 in RBIs for a reason, a true finisher.
Yeah, and he keeps his approach simple and drives in runs like clockwork, Boog. Every opportunity, it seems like he's converting.
Productive outs, big knocks, he's doing it all.
Yeah, and that's the sign of a legit run producer. Comes through when the lights are the brightest, the pressure is the highest.
That's a ball.
That pitch gets the inside corner. That is strike 2. On the ground. Throws to first in time.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Cal Raleigh. And he's the home run leader on this team, Singing. All tied up, top half of inning number 4. And that skips in the dirt. This one popped up. Weatherhold settles underneath it. And there's 2 down. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Jeremy Pena. Flied to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Pena, 28 years old. And he was born in the Dominican Republic.
Ball inside.
Just
inside.
misses. Ball 2.
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in, you see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And that keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Pirates, the third baseman, number
Kazuma Okamoto, the next Pirate to hit. That's to third. Fires over to first. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Pirates leave 1. Still no score. Back here at Busch Stadium. And stepping in for the Cardinals, J.J. Weatherhold. That one ripped, but foul.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Ball.
That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Now it's the right fielder, Jordan Walker. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Come on, Jordan. Ball.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2 balls, no strikes. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them.
Let's go, Jordan.
Go ahead run at first. Nobody out. Quick move to first. Weatherholt back in standing. Just missed. Alec Burleson into St. Louis on deck circle. And he takes a strike.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout. But you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Weatherholt aboard here at first with nobody out. This one in the air center field. Makes the grab.
Up next for the Cardinals, the first baseman, Alec Burleson.
And here is Alec Burleson. Grounded out his first time up.
Let's go, Alec.
That one outside. And the count is 2-0.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
That's in for a strike, a slider.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Runner takes off. Ground ball to the right side. And it goes just foul. And at first, one away. High fly ball out to left field. Judge should have this one. He makes the grab.
Up next for the Cardinals, the designated hitter, Pete.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. 0 for 1 so far. In the dirt, the throw into second. There's the tag. They get him, and that's the inning. Through 4, still tied. Zip, zip. Back here in St. Louis, leading off.
The first baseman, number 5, Munetaka Murakami.
And that's outside. And that is ball 1.
You know, these Pirates, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
An outstanding hitter in Ketel Marte. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. 2 down.
Up next for the Pirates, the center fielder.
Here's the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. Cruising on the mound right now, but a dangerous hitter here in this spot. A guy with some slug to him. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. 2 down, nobody on. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Reaching for it, makes the catch. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. No score. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Here's the Cardinal DH, Pete Alonso. Since debuting in 2019, no player in the majors has hit more homers than Pete Alonso. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Merrill under this one. And a quick out, number one.
Up next for the Cardinals, the left fielder, number 34,
Masataka Yoshida. Next up for the Cardinals. Fly to left his first time. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
1-2 now. This one in the air, center field. And a couple of quick outs.
Up next for the Cardinals,
Down the third baseman, Nolan Gorman. He's 0 for 1.
Gorman.
That misses, and that's ball 1. Sasaki fires. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. You're watching Pirates baseball on the show Pittsburgh. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game.
Now pitching.
New pitcher for the Cardinals, George Soriano. In the game for the first time this season.
Soriano.
So the batting order turns over. To the plate now for Pittsburgh is the DH, Shohei Ohtani. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Breaking ball misses outside.
2-0 count. You really don't want to give in here. You got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
Next offering misses, and it's 3-0. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Justin Brule, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Stanek also getting ready. 3-0 down. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
This doesn't seem to want to throw him a fastball.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Kyle Tucker. He gets a shot right here against the righty, and he is elite. Runner on the go. Strike in there. Safe at second, and that was not close. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
The 0-1. And he chases that one below the zone.
Clearly is sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Fights it off. He'll see another. And it's second.
Ball 2. Punch him out.
The 2-2. Hit hard on the ground is short. Fires to first in time.
Up next for Pittsburgh, the left fielder, number 99.
Here comes Aaron Judge. This guy with big-time power and an elite defender.
Let's go, George. That's a ball.
1 out. The go-ahead run is at second.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
That missed by a lot. 3 balls, no strikes.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Here's a 3-0. Judge over the top. Go-ahead run at second. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Got him swinging for the K.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning.
Well, it doesn't get much easier with this next batter, but I totally understand going with the intentional walk in that spot. He's just too dangerous at the plate right now, and there's a base open, so it gives you options defensively to get an out.
And now the shortstop, Jeremy Pena.
Here we go, George.
You can expect this hitter to be looking for something on a tee, get up in the air, and untie this ball game.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of.
And that's the 3rd out. So they're able to work around a pair of walks in the inning. 7, 8, 9 2 up in the home half of the inning. And we still have no. Bottom of the inning. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Mason Wynn.
Mason Wynn.
Now a drag bunt, third base side. And that's just foul. Just missed.
Ball.
The 2-1. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And the 3-1. Trying to bunt his way on. And that's a foul ball. Payoff pitch. Base knock center field. And a man aboard.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
And up next for St. Louis, Nathan Church.
Let's go, Nathan.
He's 0 for 1.
Here we go, Nathan.
The Cards with the go-ahead run at first here in the bottom of the sixth.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Inside, almost got him. The count 2-1. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Here's a 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
2-2 down. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Go ahead run on base. Ivan Herrera digs in now. Ball one there. One away. Tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. And that is out of play. Here's a 1-1. There's a swing and a miss.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Weatherholt, the next to hit, takes ball one. Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Swing and a ground ball. And foul ball. And foul ball. That misses the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Win the runner at first with 2 gone. Way outside, and it's a full count.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swing and a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. Payoff pitch. And he walked him. What a payoff for that long battle as he earns the walk and moves up the go-ahead run to second base. Now up for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. A new arm into the game, the righty, Jimmy Garcia. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Here we go, Jordan.
In for a strike, and now just one pitch away from surviving the inning. 2 on, 2 outs. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So the Cards strand a couple, and we're still knotted at 0.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back.
Cardinals,
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Justin Brule. Here's the third baseman, Kazuma Okamoto, 1 for 2.
Kazuma Okamoto.
Fought off foul. This one in the air, center field. Church on the move, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Up next for Pittsburgh, the first baseman,
Munetaka Murakami, the next Pirate to hit. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1. And foul ball. Brule in his second season, 28 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. What a stop to first, and they get the out.
The batter number 6, second baseman, Ketel Marte.
Ketel Marte up to the plate. Gotta be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. And that one is downstairs. And that is ball 1. Right through there for a strike. Two down, nobody on. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Carrying well. Out of here. Ketel Marte leaves the yard. And they jump in front in the 7th. It's 1-0. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. That's an incredible job of letting that breaking ball get deep, trusting your hands, and driving it out the other way. That's how you practice it in the cage. Incredible when you can translate it into the ball game.
So 2 down. Up next for the Pirates, Jackson Merrill. And first offering is fouled off.
Ball.
2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And a 1-2 again. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Cannonball coming. It's now a 1-0 ball game. It's an NL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Bottom of the 7th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Alec Burleson.
Let's go, Alec. Come on, Alec.
On the ground to the left. Down the line, and it's foul. Looking to get the tying run on base.
No, that's a ball.
Swings and misses, struck him out. A big first out here in the seventh via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Here's Pete Alonso, having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. You'll one.
Let's go, polar bear.
That one missed.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Swing and a miss, blew it by him at 99.
That was straight queso right there.
Come on, Pete.
And it's filled up. On the ground to third. Slings to first in time.
Up next for the Cardinals, the left fielder, number 34, Masataka.
Here's the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt.
Wow, that's not even close to the zone.
And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, inning over. It's the Pirates 1 and the Cardinals 0.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Stanek.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Back to the top of the order. Now it's the DH, Shohei Ohtani.
He's been locked in lately, and today's been no different, Boo. Really good balance in the box. It's been impressive. Just looks comfortable out there.
Inside.
Next offering is fouled back. Hit hard, but foul off to the left.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
That's inside. Ball 2.
And that's down and away. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, a good day for the on-base percentage right there. Walk number 3, and the free bags keep on coming. You down with OBP, Boo?
Kyle Tucker, the next Pirate to hit. And a little something extra at stake in this at-bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. Towards first, Burleson. To second, pulls him off the bag.
Up next for the Pirates, the left fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
Critical at bat coming up, and in steps Aaron Judge.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
Judge comes up empty there. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Ryan Fernandez appears to be getting loose. Romero, the lefty, warming up as well. Here's a 1-1. And a foul ball. First and second, no out. And we're at the top of the 8th. Stays alive.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning, and that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. Look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his club.
Rowley in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Two on, one out. Hit on the ground to short. Win to Weatherholt. Ow! The double play ends the inning and might have saved the game for them.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Back here in St. Louis, ready
St.
for the
Louis,
bottom of the 8th.
The third baseman,
Nolan
16,
Gorman now at the plate. Number 70 taking over on the mound. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Justin Robleski.
That's in for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Here we go, Nolan.
That one at triple digits.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down one. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Win, batting with one down, takes the strike. And fouled off. The Pirates holding on to a one-run lead. Now a check swing, but he held up. Struck him out looking. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing beam.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Sure. In the box again. Takes the strike.
Let's go, Nathan.
Church checks his swing. Appeal down to third. Didn't go. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
On the ground, right side. Marte throws to first in time. Out number 3. Redbirds down quietly. They trail here 1-0. Back here at Busch Stadium. We go to the 9th. Jeremy Pena getting ready to hit. That one fouled hard the other way. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. It's through for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for Pittsburgh.
So up next, Kazuma Okamoto. 1 for 3. And there's a foul ball. Now quick throw to first. Pena dives back in safely. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Slider misses outside. Ball to strike. That one fouled off.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Not close with that one. 3-2 down.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
And the tying run is on base.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Munetaka Murakami, the next to hit.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
That one almost got him.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
Swings through that one for strike 1. First and second go out. You're at the top of the 9th. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fouls it off, still 1-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
The next offering misses. And the count is filled up. Pena at second. Okamoto on at first with nobody out. And that's a strikeout looking. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Murakami not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. So the call will stand. So that removes their last challenge. Big at bat coming up for Ketel Marte. High fly ball, right field. Walker gets under it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next to the Pirates, the center fielder, number 10, Jackson.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. New pitcher now, Ryan Fernandez.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
Jackson Merrill steps to the plate in a clutch situation. And a big swing and a miss.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away. Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Pirates strand a couple, but they still lead it 1-0. Last chance for the home team. And now the Cardinals catcher, Ivan Herrera.
Now pitching.
Here comes the closer here in the ninth, Ryan Hoey.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Sliced hard but foul. Just missed. Out towards right center field. Merrill on his way over. And there's one away. That's a big first out right there, and that changes things.
Yeah, you can kind of see how just the hope and optimism is shrunk a little bit, but they got a couple more outs to work with. They got to find a way to get a runner on and get one around the bases.
Weatherholt in the box here and fouls it off for strike one. That clips the corner.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. The Buccos trying to close out a one-run lead. And the home team trying to pull it out. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Cardinals now with just one out remaining.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
So they're down to their final out.
Here we go,
Stepping in, Jordan Walker. 0 for 3 in this one. That one's in there. 0-1.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
That one ripped, but foul. down, nobody on. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game.
Well, when you reel off 8 wins in a row, you're this close to double digits, and now all of a sudden it's a challenge within a challenge to get 2 more wins to get to 10. But there's definitely a high level of confidence that this team is playing at right now, and that's one of those things. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to disturb things. Make sure the clubhouse is giving you the same good food it's been giving you all along, and you can keep this win streak going.
The final 1-0 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.